Welcome to the Florida Homesteader Podcast, where we bring the pages of the magazine to life, sharing all the stories, the skills, and the spirit of homesteading across the Sunshine State. From backyard gardens to family farms and everything in between, we are here to inspire, encourage, and celebrate the Florida homesteading way of life. I'm Jamie Bateman, your host and editor-in-chief of the Florida Homesteader magazine, and we're so glad that you joined us today. So folks, go grab you some iced tea and let's jump into today's podcast chat. Hey, and welcome back to the Florida Homesteader Podcast. My name is Jamie, and I am your host for this show. So today we are at the Florida State Fair. We are continuing our time in Voices of Agriculture here at the fair. And right now, I have the 2025 National Teen Miss Agriculture USA, Rachael. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am good. Thank you for being on here with us.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
I'm thrilled. So, Rachael, tell us a little bit about who you are, and then we're going to start talking more about that, how you got into ag and how you got to this position, because this is very impressive, because this is national.
Yes, ma'am.
This is
Thank
national,
you.
so this is big. So tell us a little bit about who you are.
So my name is Rachael Mendelsohn. I am a high schooler in Pasco County, Florida, and I have always had a passion for agriculture from a very young age. And growing up, especially during COVID, I tapped into that a lot more. Currently, I'm a youth poultry, rabbit, and beef exhibitor in the state of Florida, and I am a 4-H member, youth 4-H member and leader. I'm a member of 2 different 4-H clubs and serve as secretary on both of their leadership boards.
I think you're going to hear more about Rachael in some coming issues of the magazine, because in our section that we talk about kidsteaders, this is exactly what we're talking about. Kids that are doing some amazing things in ag and an advocate for what you're doing. You have an Instagram page. You are out there. You are encouraging and inspiring other students to do the same. But before we even get into that capacity, you mentioned you showed chickens, you've done rabbits, you've done the cattle, you've done all of that. Well, how did you start and when did you start? How old were you?
That's a funny story. So I've told Miss Jamie this over the phone when I first called her. During COVID, everyone was sent home. I dropped out of my school and was homeschooled. And most people, when they got bored during COVID, did not start showing beef, did not start showing poultry, not acquire more acreage on their small family farm. But that's exactly what happened to me. My dad got bored during COVID and purchased land that had cows on it. And we had a few cows here and there every now and then. But now we had a herd and we had land for this herd. Mm-hmm. So that's really when I started getting involved. I started helping out around the ranch with veterinary activities as well as breeding and other management practices. Then I was like, oh, you know what? This is something that I can do right here in Pasco County. I can make an impact on others and I can be part of something bigger. Therefore, I joined 4-H and started exhibiting and showing livestock, and that was around 2020. I was 10 and 11 years old, okay. And I mean, that's where I got started. Actually, my first show that I ever did was with my poultry here at the Florida State Fair. And fun fact, all 4 of the birds I entered got disqualified. But you know what? Now this is my, I think, 7th Florida State Fair, and we're doing great. So
no disqualifications.
No disqualifications.
You know, I love that. That's perseverance on your part.
Yeah.
I was talking with a mama this morning on the way over, and she was saying how her daughter was a little disheartened because she shows goats. And she said that her goat didn't place as high as she had hoped. And I said, yes, but that's okay, because you can't win them all.
No.
But you get back in there and you do it. And you did that.
Yes.
You got back in there and you did it. You kept going.
Something I will always tell every youth exhibitor whose animals get disqualified or that don't place is that your animal is not a reflection of you, unless maybe you are in a breeding competition, then it is a reflection of you. But my chickens that I bought from somebody else, getting disqualified is not a reflection of me. Right. If those birds are clean, if those birds are healthy, and if those birds are, or any animal is in good shape, that is what is reflecting on the exhibitor.
Yes.
Therefore, an animal getting disqualified should not affect your
Right.
self-esteem unless it got disqualified for being filthy or sick.
It shares hard work, determination, the life lessons that you get out of it from showing, because you are not only representing that bird or that animal, but you are also learning that animal. And then you are turning around and you're telling about that animal. So there's a lot to that. All right, so you started off, you were showing. How did you get into the pageant world of this and has essentially grown into what you are now nationally recognized as?
Right. So after I was showing at the state fair, I started showing within my county as well at my county fair. And my county fair has a pageant. And I mean, a lot of exhibitors compete in it because we're at the fair anyway. We are at the fair 24/7. There happens to be a pageant. So
why not do it?
We can all put on an old dress. We can all compete. And I thought it was really fun. I very much enjoy public speaking, and I think that is one of my main motives for competing in pageantry because it really enhances public speaking skills. Therefore, after that pageant, I was like, this is fun. I want to do this. So I looked into other pageants I could compete in, including the Miss Agriculture USA organization. And I represented 2025 Florida Teen Miss Agriculture USA. And later took that title to a competition in Ohio where I competed against other teens from around the country representing their states and took home the title 2025 National Teen Miss Agriculture USA.
And congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That is huge. On another phone call, I was telling a friend of mine, again, on the way over. It's a 2-hour drive, y'all. I talk to a lot of people when I'm in the car, but I told them about you. And she is happily actually in higher education. And so I was telling her about you and how old you are and what you have accomplished. And her comment was, wow, I'm surprised somebody from Florida won the national level. You know, because you think of Florida, a lot of people may or may not think ag-related industry, and yet we are in such a huge capacity. And you are representing the state in such a beautiful way. So congratulations to you. That's a huge accomplishment. Very huge. So where do you go from here? You have the national title. What is next for you?
So my main motive in competing in the Miss Agriculture USA competition nationally was to give myself a platform to advocate for the agricultural industry within the youth community. Because let's face it, the youth is the future. We all know that. We also all can recognize that most youth nowadays are not doing what I am doing. Most youth are not exhibiting livestock. Most are not learning veterinary sciences or agribusiness. And I believe that these are all very important skills. I personally have no idea what I want to do for a career when I'm older, but I know I have a veterinary sciences background and knowledge already, where if I had a sick cat and I wanted to do something and help treat the sick cat,
you know what to do.
I know what I need to do.
Absolutely.
It even transfers over to humans, having kids, raising kids. It all transfers over to something else. Something I learned doing showmanship for any livestock animal. You go over to the judge, you shake the judge's hand. Well, I was at a college fair this Wednesday looking at different colleges. I went over to every college representative for the colleges I wanted to speak to, and I walked over, hi. My name is Rachael Mendelsohn. I'm a sophomore here at this school. And every single representative commented on how they loved that I had the initiative to come over and shake their hands. And who knows, because of that, I made a good impression on these representatives, which could help me get into a college that I would like to pursue.
And let's talk about the handshake for a second. Can I borrow your hand again? I've had folks, we're going to go up so y'all can see this if you're watching on YouTube. I've had folks come up to me, shake my hand like this. And I'm like, no, this is not what we're doing. Y'all listening here in the background, you're going to get a lesson on how you shake a hand. You shake a hand. And she's got a grip, y'all. Like, I'm not going to win. She's got a grip. And you look in the eye.
Right.
That is amazing. You're doing fabulous on this. Right before we started, one of the fair board members and past chair came over, and he was talking with us. And he remembered Rachael because of her handshake. That speaks a lot. You get us folks that love handshakes. We know that's a value right there. That's a good trait to have. So thank you for bringing that up. But you are inspiring and encouraging others to do that. Your own age and younger. Some of them that are watching us right now, and that you're teaching them the importance of communication. Proper communication, eyeball to eyeball, talking with somebody, looking at them, listening intently, doing that handshake, and speaking out for yourself.
Right. And speaking about the younger kids as well, something that I have done personally with the platform that I've developed for myself, and also with the Junior Florida Cattlemen's Association, additionally with the Florida Cattlemen's Association, is my mom and I have gone into elementary school classrooms with resources and beef byproducts such as a leather hat, a leather belt, Jell-O, and we've told them, by the way, this cup of Jell-O, you can thank a cow for that.
Yeah.
Because we want to do everything in our possibility to educate the next generation, specifically the younger ones,
absolutely,
about the agricultural industry. And this has really given me a platform to be able to do that.
And you're doing a wonderful job. I actually went on and looked at your Instagram account, and the things that you are sharing and advocating for, you're doing a fabulous job.
Thank you.
So I am very proud of you for that. You talked a little bit about college. You talked a little bit about what you don't really know yet what you want to do, but you have a direction that you're going in. If there's somebody that is listening or that is watching, what would you tell somebody that you know what, I think I want to do something, but I don't know what I do? What would you say to them as far as to just do it? How would you encourage them to keep going?
So as someone who has not yet finished high school and I'm still kind of in the middle there, I would say baby steps. Someone asks me, what do you want to do when you're older? Well, I'm thinking about that, but that's in the back of my brain. Step 1, I want to get into a college. I want to get into a good college. Step 2, what am I going to study at that college? Baby steps. Right now I'm thinking, maybe I want to study agribusiness or political science. And that could change. It has a few years to change. But step 1, get good grades in high school. Step 2, get into college. Step 3, study something in college, and so on. You don't have to have your whole life figured out all at once.
No, you don't. And another point too, to add to that, is that even when you get into college, it's okay to change your degree. It's okay to change your
100%.
mind. Yeah, give yourself permission to, one, educate yourself on the different varieties of interests that you have, but don't be afraid that you have to think that you got to fit into a certain box, because you don't. You may not be that accountant. You may be the next political agricultural representative. You never know. It's just, but giving yourself permission to try it out. Be adventurous with what you want to do and look at those different options.
If you told me, let's say 7 years ago, that I would be here at the Florida State Fair with my poultry, with my rabbits, next week at my county fair with beef, wearing a fancy crown and a sash that says Miss Agriculture, I would have laughed in your face.
Yeah. You never would have believed it.
But baby steps.
Baby steps.
And I mean, look where I got myself.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're very proud of you for that.
Thank you.
That is great. All right, y'all, you heard it first here on our Voices for Ag at the Florida State Fair. But before we let you go, I'm just going to ask, do you have anything else that you would like to share? Anything else that that you have that you're passionate about?
Be an advocate. If you are passionate about something, go out there. Don't be afraid. It could turn into something bigger. For example, this could be a career for me. This could be a path of interest that I am going to go down for 10 more years. If you are interested in something, even if you see a fun opportunity that you think you could pursue, take it. Take opportunities. Don't be afraid. The world is yours. It's made for you.
Absolutely. Rachel, you did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
I am so proud of you. I just met her last week, and I am so proud of her. She did so wonderful with this. Thank you for being on the show. I wish you all the best. I know you are going to go far. And in 10 years, I can't wait to see how far you've gotten and say, I knew her when. I had the opportunity to do the first podcast with Rachel. So we're going to put that out there. That's better than having your autograph. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. So thank you for tuning in to the Florida Homesteader Podcast. And you know what? If you enjoyed this one, then go ahead and give us a like. follow us if you're on Spotify or on Apple Podcast. If you can also watch us on YouTube, make sure to like us on YouTube, subscribe, and click that little bell. So next time that we put out a show, you'll get that notification. And thanks for tuning in. Keep preserving, keep on farming, and keep homesteading. And y'all come back now. That's what homesteading in Florida means, and that's the story that we're proud to share in the Florida Homesteader. Thank you so much for joining us today. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, share this episode with a friend, leave us a rating, and check out our magazine, the blog, and our YouTube channel for even more Florida homestead inspiration. Until next time, keep growing, keep preserving, and keep the homesteading spirit alive. Y'all come back now.